Hi YouTube! Today I'm going to talk about my reaction to 12 Years a Slave, which I watched on Saturday, having meant to watch it for a long time. It made me very angry and very upset and brought up a lot of things for me in regards to kind of race and racial identity. So I thought I'd do a video explaining my views on this because it's something that affects everybody. Everyone has their own idea about their own identity, and race is a big part of that, so I just thought I'd give my views. So to give you guys a little bit of context, I am mixed race. My dad is white British and my mother is Jamaican and was born in Kingston and moved over with her family to the UK when she was around 6 years old. Second context is that I grew up in a very white suburban area in Kent in the UK, and on the edge of the Medway towns, where there's like lots of fields and things, really on the edge of town. The kind of neighbourhood where you'd get like white supremacist fascist newsletters through the front doors because there weren't a lot of black people or Asian people or any kind of minority. So that's a bit of context of where I'm from. And I think because of that, I've never really got the whole black people having to stick together thing. I know, for example, that my mum got a lot of stick from some people who thought it was wrong for her as a black woman to bring up her daughter not around other black people. Which, yeah. And also I've had people ask me why I have so many white friends and why I don't listen to black music. Which, pro tip, is not a way to get a girl to go out with you, saying that she has too many white friends and doesn't listen to the right music. So that's a bit odd, and I've never really got it. But after watching this film, I can understand why people feel that way. But another thing that I got out of the film was it made me even more aware of the fact that I'm only alive because of the slave trade. Like, if my African ancestors, whoever they may have been, weren't sold into slavery to plantations in Jamaica, and if Jamaica wasn't a British colony, then my mum's family wouldn't have moved over to England after Jamaican independence, and then my mum wouldn't have met my dad, and then I would not exist. And kind of the realisation that your existence is only possible because of one of the most horrific episodes in human history kinda sucks and is really depressing and horrible and kind of messes you up. I think that slavery is one of those things that it's very easy to see it as something that happened a long time ago and doesn't really have anything to do with us, and forget that its effects are still being felt in people's attitudes to other people, how we relate to ourselves, how we identify ourselves, and through the fact that so many things and so many people would not have met without it. And I also think that it's important to not feel resentment. I mean, towards people now. You can feel resentment for the people in the past, but you can't hold that resentment for people today, because that gets in the way of communication and of working for full equality and for relations and just being human beings who care about other human beings. You can't care about someone you resent or a group of people who you resent. And I think one thing to also remember, slavery was around a long time before African slavery in the 15th to 18th centuries, 19th centuries. And there are still people who are in bondage today. So it's not a white people thing enslaving others. It's something that humans sadly are kind of good at doing, and like seeing other people as less than and getting them to work for them in horrible conditions for no pay or very little pay. So I think that's an important thing to remember. That's all I want to say on that. Sorry if this video is very long. I haven't edited it yet, so I don't know how long it's gonna be. I did quite a few takes. I'll put some information in the description that I think might be interesting. There's a crash course episode on slavery, so I'll put in a link to that. It's very short because they're only 10 minutes long, so it's kind of a summary, but it's also good. I'll also put a link to Cheska Lee's channel. She talks quite a lot on race, and her views are a little different to mine, obviously, because we're from different backgrounds, but I also think she has very interesting views, so I'll put a link to her. That's everything. I guess I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye!